Hi, I'm Benjamin Low, author of Master Math Models and lead tutor at Trinity Learning Center. Okay, again, my goal is to make math easy for students to understand so that they can gain confidence in their abilities. All right, without much further ado, I'm going to answer a question asked by a student. Pen and paper, get ready to write. Pause this video if you need to, and then I'm going to get started. Okay, I'll see you at the question. Okay, now as you can see, this is a P6 question. Okay, it's made up of the concept of unchanged total. And today I'm going to use a model to explain this because this question, honestly, is quite difficult for students to understand without a model. And you should always draw a model with this one. Most of the time, this question appears in P6. Very rarely, I don't recall seeing this in P5 because it's rather difficult. So I would consider this a challenging question and an important question to learn because I've seen it a few times in P6 papers. All right, so let's begin. Keywords first. Keywords are: a tailor had some black and white buttons, so there are two colors here. If he used 15 black, the total left would be 6 times of the black left. Okay? And then if he used 45 white buttons, the number of buttons left would be 3 times of the black buttons. Okay, question: how many more white than black buttons were there? Okay, now remember, here we have a total number of black and white buttons. Okay, so when we draw a model, we're going to draw it twice. The first time is when we remove the white, the black buttons and the white ones will remain. The second time, we will take away the white buttons and the remaining white and the black ones will remain. Okay, and these two models should be the same total length. That's why it's total unchanged. Okay, so let's begin. So first one, it says that he used 15 black and the total is now 6 times of the black left. So now I'm going to start drawing based on the first piece of information that 15 black buttons were used and the total left is 6 times of the black buttons. So let's just draw a little box here and say that, hey, this is the 15 black buttons that were used. And when he used the 15 black buttons, there were some black buttons left. So he didn't use everything, okay? So we're going to draw another box to represent the buttons that he had left. Okay, so this will be the black left, and this total would be all the black buttons that he has. Okay, next. And here we need to be very careful. It says that the total number of buttons left would be 6 times of the black buttons left, which is this. In other words, I would have 6 of these units left after using this. And since I already drew one here, how many more do you think I need to draw over here? I'll give you a moment. Okay, the answer is you need 5 more, okay, because the total is 6. So this total left is not white, it is white and black. So 6 units. So total, another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We also know from the question that in the second situation, if he used 45 white buttons, the total left would be 3 times of the black. So this time he doesn't use black. He uses white. That means that this part here is not used. And it also tells me that the number of buttons left would be 3 times of this. Now this is left, and the total is 3 times of this. So how many more of these do I need to draw? I'll give you a moment. Now remember, you can pause this at any time to think about it and continue watching later. Oh, and a quick reminder, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, remember to subscribe and also leave some comments in the comment section if you find this recording useful at the end of the recording, of course. Okay, all right, let's carry on. So my question to you was, how many more of these do I need to draw? And the answer is 2 more, because the total will be 3. So if I draw 2 more, okay, I will just estimate it. All right, and I will do this. Okay, now how about this little space over here? What is this? Okay, think about it. The answer is that these are the 45 white buttons that he used. So I'm going to draw a box here to represent the 45 white buttons that he used, and I'm going to draw this model such that this is not going to be longer than the other one, okay? Because the total remains the same. Now, if this is 45, how do I draw the rest of this model? The answer is this. Whatever you draw here, you should do the same thing here. So this is 15, and let's give this part a name. Let's call this 1 unit. Now, since these two boxes are the same as this one, then I should draw another of the same shape, 15 and 1 unit, 15 and 1 unit. Okay, I've completed my model, and this, remember, represents the white. Okay, okay, this is white. And then, remember, I shifted the model down because I needed a bit of space on top. The reason is because I need this to explain to you how to rearrange this model over here. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. If you look at the model, you will notice that there are 3 units here. These 3 units are the equivalent of 3 units on top. I'm going to shift these 3 units above here. Okay, keep that in mind. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to draw 3 units on top that would be the same size as the ones below. Okay, I'm going to shade it with colors so you understand what I'm doing. So these 3 units are here. Okay, and they correspond to this. Next, what else is common for these two models? What do you notice? The answer is both have 15. If both of them have 15, let me draw this on top. Okay, of course you can't do what I'm doing, but I'm doing this so that you get the idea. Okay, so you can draw this on top, something that is of the same size. So now you can see I have a gap right here. What is in this gap? Let me shade that for you so you understand it better. So this 15 is the same 15 here that you see over here. So what is in the gap? Have you thought about it? Okay, the answer is it is made up of 15, 15, and 45. These 3 parts should belong over here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a model that I'm going to put these 3 numbers in. Okay, so in here, it will be the 15 plus the 15 plus the 45. That will give me 75. Here comes the important question. How many units is 75? Look at the model, think about it. Okay, the answer would be that it would be 3 units, because that is what this is. Okay, you look carefully, you can see that all the numbers are now aligned. We now know that 3 units is made up of 75. Okay, now if this was an exam, it would be good for you to write down the step here. And 1 unit would be 25. And now let's try to answer the question. The question says, how many more white than black were there? Now, to do that, I need to know how many black I have, how many white I have, okay? And this is black. So black is 15 plus 1 unit, and 1 unit happens to be 25. Therefore, I have 40 black. Next, I'm going to find how many white I have. This happens to be white. Okay, now you don't have to add these numbers up like that. It gets a little bit complicated because this also happens to be white. It's easier to use this, and 1 unit is 25. So 25, 25, and 5 times. 25 times 5, 125. Okay, so finally we get to the answer, and the question is how many more white than black? So now we take white, it's minus black, and we use the two numbers that we just found over here, and that gives us 85. Okay, if you found this recording useful, anyway, if you found this clear and useful, remember to leave a comment in the comment section. And if you want a clean copy of this question, please join me. Please join my Telegram group found in the description below. And I'll see you in the next question. Bye-bye.